So can you give an overview of variants of VAT and explain the methods of computation of VAT?
Variants of VAT, methods of computation of VAT. Methods and variants are altogether different. Methods means VAT is a tax on value addition. So how to ascertain, how to find out value addition? There were three methods. The earlier foremost method was addition method. That is no more in vogue in the world. Earlier, when the VAT was being developed, they tried this. In this, the business expenses plus profit is equal to value addition. And the business expenses plus what we can say profit is value addition, and tax is paid on that value addition. That was addition method, briefly. And second, after that they found that this is really inconvenient, growing business. So they introduced what is known as subtraction method. Addition, subtraction. So in this subtraction method, value addition is taken as the difference between selling price and purchase price, or you can say purchase cost. Price minus cost is the difference, that is value addition, and pay tax on that value addition. So automatically business expenses and profit are inbuilt there. This is a better simplified method. But this also fails. This also fails because the tax rate should be common to both sales and purchases. That is not possible. Particularly in this world, no country probably is having a single tax rate. So different varieties of products are there and tax rates are different. A consumer, poor man's product and a luxurious item like a refrigerator, like a air conditioner or car, you cannot collect the same tax. Tax rate should be different. So what happens, suppose you are a manufacturer, you purchase inputs, and inputs you purchase at 4% tax, and the finished product is attracting say 12.5%. So this subtraction method fails. So because the tax rate on purchased goods and tax rate on sold goods must be same, and it is not possible, particularly at the manufacturing level when the goods are not same. Then to overcome this difficulty, the world has invented or discovered, you can say, or derived a method called ITC method or voucher method or input tax credit method. So under this invoice method or voucher method, you need not consider purchase cost and sales price. Simply take the tax separately on sales, take the tax separately on purchase. So tax on the difference between these two taxes is the tax VAT, value added tax. It is further simplified. Means tax on sale minus tax on purchase. It is otherwise known as output tax minus input tax. It's very, very simplified, and all complications removed, and convenient also. And most of the countries, of course, most of the countries are following this only. They have no other option. And only a country probably like Japan, where only single tax rate is there, and this subtraction method and ITC method give the same result. So doesn't make any difference. So these are the methods. Now in India we introduced what is known as ITC method, that is input tax credit method. Done, and mostly in the world every country is following this method only. This is about methods. Methods means method of calculating the value addition, means value added tax, how to calculate value added tax, VAT. That is addition, subtraction and ITC. What about the variants? Variant means differences, different varieties. So under the ITC method there are three variants, and these three variants are there in the country all over the world. One variant is this gross product variant. Under this gross product variant, ITC means input tax credit is not allowed on capital goods purchased by a manufacturer or trader, whatever it is. manufacturing, it's not allowed. Number one. Number two, under income variant, on capital goods, ITC is allowed, but only to the extent of depreciation. Suppose the depreciation is 20%, on the total amount of tax paid, you will get credit to the extent of 20% only, to the extent of depreciation. This is also complicated because method of depreciation, etc., will be in question. And the third variant is consumption variant. Under this consumption variant, full credit is available on input purchases and also purchases on capital goods. So this is most convenient, and let me tell you that we are fortunate that we introduced this last variant, consumption variant, in India. So consumption variant is most appropriate, and it eliminates the cascading effect. There would be no cascading effect as far as VAT is concerned. Okay, so this is about variants. Then,
so we are short of time, so we are just giving a takeaway notes that whatever we have learned today, we have dealt with direct taxes and indirect taxes. The major things that the student have to keep in mind regarding December 2014 examination is that applicable assessment year is 2014-15 and Finance Act 2013. There is a change in pattern of paper, and for tax law's old syllabus, the paper pattern remains same, that is elaborative type, with part A, B and C of 60, 20 and 20 marks respectively. While for tax law's new syllabus, tax laws and practice new syllabus, the pattern of paper will be OMR based, and the paper will be in two parts, 70 and 30 marks for direct and indirect taxes respectively.
if they have
Now,
any queries, one or two queries, if they on direct queries, we'll briefly do it and close.
Sir, there is no such query, but there is one query, like what is the difference between the exempted and zero rated?
Just I have already explained. In exemption, input level tax is paid, that credit is not available on that, so that becomes part of cost, and at output level, the tax is not there. So there is a tax at input level, no tax at output level. So that is a case of exemption. There is neither a tax at input level nor at output level. That is zero. That is the difference.
Thank you for explaining that, sir. I would like to thank our faculty, that is Mr. S.P. Rao for indirect taxes, and Mr. Sanjeev Gandhi that was here to clarify doubts regarding the direct taxes. Students are, I would also like to thank students for their cooperation and watching this video. I hope that this webcast will be beneficial for the students for clarifying their doubts. I wish all the best to the students for their upcoming examination, and they are suggested to go through the study material and the updates that have been placed on the academic corner of the website icsi.edu. For further queries, the student may always write to us at academics, that is academics@icsi.edu. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Thank you all.